Hello once again, Minikea, and welcome to a brand new FIFA 15 career mode series in which it's called Super League series. Basically, the whole foundation of this series is that I take one team to glory, I suppose, the Premier League glory instead of European glory. But as you see here, there's a lot of teams, a lot of big name teams in there. You saw Bayern Munich go past. You'll see Real Madrid pop up in a minute. Barcelona. These are basically the top four teams of the Premier League, the La Liga, Ligue 1, and Serie A, and they're all put into the Premier League. The Championship is a top league is the next four, so down to the fifth till eighth is them teams that are in there. From those four plus a couple of others, like you saw there, Benfica, Ajax are in there. I think PSV are also in there, and Zenit as well. The Football League 1 has been changed so that the teams that are from 9th till I think it's 13th or 12th are in the League 1. So every team like that from the same four, the Liga, BPL, Serie A, and Ligue 1 are all in there, and a couple more as well, and you'll see them like dotted around everywhere. And the League 2 is really the interesting league. It's that every team that's been relegated, plus Celtic, from them four divisions, and Basel, as you see there, and any 4-star teams really that have been relegated from their divisions. So as you see there, Hull City got relegated, or finished in the bottom four. Sorry, should I say, not relegated, but finished in the bottom four of each of them divisions. And it's difficult, of course, if you're League 2, but if you've already seen the title of the video, then you'll know which team that I do eventually choose, and if you've also looked at the stadium there, you'll know which team I choose. I do put it on strict as well, which makes it even harder for me to win. As you see there, the Champions League and the Europa League are really not good anymore. I did just put every team in there apart from the obvious ones, but as you do see there, I am Arsenal's new boss, and Arsenal are a very good team to do this with because they aren't strong. They're not strong, but they're not strong. They're probably mid-table kind of team in this kind of division, in this Super League. They're not better than Bayern Munich, not better than Real Madrid, they're not better than a lot of teams, in fact, but they're definitely good enough to do it. As you see, this will replace obviously my QPR career mode that never really took off anyway. I didn't really enjoy it, but you'll see here the board want me to get to the last 16 stage. Of course, that is going to be difficult because we could play anyone across this ultimate leagues, I suppose. And you see there, they want me to get into the Euro League, and we do have a nice budget. To say we were on strict, which we were on, we do have 47.2 million and 275k worth of wages, which is a very nice budget indeed, especially on strict. So it's a weird one, but as you see here, we see loads of players loaned out, but we also do go and put a bunch of players on the transfer list, players that I don't think are good enough for the team just yet. So players like Flamini definitely have to go. Arteta, they go. Bayek, I think I put a couple of the young ones on the loan list who probably won't play. Of course, this is going to take me up to hopefully FIFA 60, and this whole series should take me up to FIFA 16 as well, running alongside the Swansea City one. But you see here, the 4-3-3, I'm not a big fan. You see in my Swansea career mode, I didn't really like having one striker up top, although Giroud does fit that formation a lot as well, a bit like Gomes in my Swansea career mode. They do fit that career mode, but I do just prefer, I do love the 4-2-2 diamond. I think it's 4-2-2 diamond. Is it 4-2-2? I think it's 4-2-2 diamond. It's 4-1-2-1-2. I think on Ultimate Team, which got me confused for a second. But it's 4-2-2 diamond, I believe, with the holding midfielder, just the one holding midfielder, which I tell to stay back. And obviously, you see here, I tell Welbeck to get him beyond the man and all that stuff. But I do go in for a couple of strikers, and I inquire for a couple of strikers because at Arsenal, especially if I'm going to play a two-striker system, we need better strikers than Giroud and Welbeck. Of course, Sanchez can play up front when needed, but I don't really want to play Sanchez up front. I prefer him out wide. He's a very good player out wide. But as you see here, we do have a transfer for Mesut Ozil from Manchester City, and I don't want to sell him, so I do go a bit over the top with my counter offer. I do say 100. But I think it's 100.5 million, and it is yours, simple as that. But you know, it's reasonable. It's reasonable. I don't want to lose Mesut Ozil. Obviously, in real life, he's maybe not hit the heights of his 40 million price tag there, and we could have got maybe that money back. But I don't want to sell him in career mode. He's a very good player. In FIFA, he's a very good player. He's a very good player in real life. I just think Arsene Wenger doesn't use him to his full potential, and sometimes plays him out wide, and it does weird stuff with Özil, which isn't very good. But as you see here, I do go in for a couple of players. Manchester City say no, 59.5 million. I go no chance. Although that was a very good offer, it tempted me a little bit. But we do come into a couple of players. Icardi is unacceptable, so we decided to go to Dybala instead, and we bid a couple. I think it's 12.5 million in the end. We bid that for him. That should be good enough, I think. Anyway, should be very good enough for that type of player. But yeah, so we do also go in for Luis Andriano. Just going for everyone, really. Everyone I like. Jackson Martinez, of course, linked with Arsenal in real life. Apparently, is close to signing for them, which would be a fantastic signing. I'm jealous as hell if he signs for Arsenal, because I love that man. I love Jackson Martinez so much. But we do put a bid in for him on here, and we also, of course, put a bid in for Morgan Schneiderlin. We offer him the same wages he's got at Southampton. Obviously, the Championship to the Premier League's a massive leap, so I don't think he's going to not accept that. Obviously Southampton in the Championship, because they finished in, I think they finished in the top 5. But as you see here, we have 3 offers accepted: Jackson Martinez, Icardi and Dybala, and it's difficult. I have 3 choices to choose. Both are very good. There's 2 very young players that are going to be very exciting for me, and there's one, of course, who's Jackson Martinez, who's 27, maybe a bit older, well, a lot older than the rest, probably hitting his prime right now, and we'll only have a couple more seasons left before he declines. But it's a good signing. It's definitely to get us over the line. We've got players like Welbeck, Akpom, I think on the bench as well, who's a very good player. Aaron Ramsey, of course, gets a transfer offer from Manchester United, and we're a bit of Arsenal, sorry, a bit of a feeder club in real life to Manchester United, or have been over the couple of seasons. But I say no. Everything's changed since Arsene Wenger left. You're not having Aaron Ramsey, although it doesn't play a big part, I don't think, in many of the games, Aaron Ramsey, because obviously we buy Schneiderlin, so maybe I could have sold him. But we do see here DRB, one of the players I did put on the transfer list. Bayer Leverkusen come in, and I say, well, 2.5 million, you can have him, and Schneiderlin accepts his contract offer, and we get our first signing of the season, a very good signing as well. One also tipped to happen in real life: Morgan Schneiderlin to Arsenal, which is a very good one. Bayer Leverkusen accept my offer, and Diaby does leave to that club. And Thomas Rosicky says he might retire. He's age 33. I did put him on the transfer list. He's age 33, but he's 80 rated, so I'm quite surprised that he's actually considering retirement. I don't think he should be doing it. But you see here, Jackson Martinez accepts his offer, but I go back and I say, well, I'll wait a couple of days because Icardi and Dybala the next day, in fact, come back to me. Dybala rejects his offer, but Icardi says yes. Now it's a decision time of which one I go for. Do I go for the younger option in Mario Icardi? I can't buy both because I haven't got the funds. But do I go for Icardi, or do I go for do I go for Jackson Martinez? Bayer Leverkusen there just popping up. But do I go for which one of them? Do I go for the young or the old and experienced? And it's a weird one. I do eventually choose one of these guys. Dybala I don't come back in for, and it is Jackson Martinez that wins the battle. I do go for him. I've enjoyed playing with Jackson Martinez, actually. I think I played early, when I first got FIFA, I did actually play against and with Jackson Martinez, and he was a very good player to play with and against. I managed Colombia, I think it was, which I played it with, and he played with Falcao, and those two were absolute dynamite. They were brilliant. I loved him, and I hated playing against him because he always scored against me. So hopefully that happens. But as you see here, Crawley is my first game. I don't know where Crawley are in the world. They've gone from League, I think it's League 2 or League 1, to completely off the face of the planet. They're in Europe somewhere, I'm sure. But Giroud gets the opening, and Giroud does very well in these pre-season games. I'm very surprised with Giroud, actually, because he's one of them players that are kind of the scapegoat in real life. He's not someone that Arsenal fans take to very well. I think maybe his off-field antics may have done that for him, but he's a bit hit and miss. He scores again here, he scores 2, but he's a bit hit and miss in real life with Arsenal fans and, of course, everyone else. And see here, right off the back of those 2 goals against Crawley Town, he does get a transfer offer received from him by Marseille, but it's a very poor offer. And I just reject it flat out because there's no way that offer is coming in. But as you see here, Gnabry is off to Southampton on loan, and they come back in for Giroud. and I counter offer at 18.5, or I think it's 18 million now, and say pay that money. 20 million maybe was a bit too much, but that should be enough. And as you see here, I did inquire about Petr Cech as well in real life. Again, for me, as Chelsea fans, very heartbreaking to see Petr Cech linked with Arsenal, but I suppose it has to happen, so I do go in for him as well. But we played Cheltenham, and again, no idea where they are. I think they may be in La Liga or somewhere across the world, but across Europe even. We see here, Giroud again gets a goal, a very good goal at that, and Giroud's hitting it off here in the early stages of this pre-season games. So it could be a very crucial guy. And Harrod scores actually. It was very surprising. Cheltenham Town coming back and scoring against my first team. First 11, never mind my defence, but Chelsea reject it, say no, I don't want to sell you to that club. But again, Marseille come back in for Giroud, and again, it's 18.5 million. I do come back at, but I do up it because they're getting a bit cheeky now, not going for the price I want. But as you see here, I put Szczesny in net for this final pre-season game. Ozil gets his early goal 2 minutes in, and then he gets another one on the 23rd minute. And the pre-season again, like I said, very, very crucial time. Like I said in the Swansea career mode, it's very crucial because, especially in this one, this is a Super League. We're playing teams. I think my first game of the season is against Manchester City in the Community Shield, as Martinez gets his first goal and Giroud also gets a goal. So that's that. And it's difficult. I do want my players to play well and come into the off-season a lot better, but as you see here, Mathieu Flamini does have a chance to go to Borussia Mönchengladbach in, I think it's in the same league as us actually. So he does the chance. I say 3 million, they say, yeah, why not? We'll go ahead with that deal. And that's pretty much it. That's it for this episode. Next episode, we'll be playing some massive teams: Man City, Bayern Munich, and I think Juventus as well. It's a big game. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.